Hi, Devender. Good to have you once again. First and foremost, probably the most important question for the Afghan fans right now would be to know the weather forecast in Sharjah for tomorrow. How is it looking?
It's looking great at the moment, and it is expected to be a pleasant day, bright and sunny day with temperature around 25 degrees centigrade and humidity around 70%. So should be great day for the game of cricket. There is no threat of rain at all.
That's good to hear, Devinder. Let's hope you can have a full length game. One thing that was a bit unusual about the announcement was that it was made a couple of hours before the start of the game. Was there any particular reason for that?
It was a different experience for everyone involved in conducting this particular game, especially the Sharjah Cricket Stadium ground staff, because they never experienced this kind of situation before. And given the fact that rain was predicted till 9 o'clock in the evening, and it actually rained till 9 o'clock in the evening, so taking all the factors into consideration, especially the drainage system at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, a right decision was made by applying the common sense.
Going back to the first ODI, even though Afghanistan won, but it was a fairly balanced game throughout. As someone who followed it closely from a closer distance, was there a moment where you felt like Ireland can do this and they can probably go over the line?
Well, a lot can change with the formation of dew on the ground, and it was becoming easier to bat, which was evident from the record smashing partnership between Tucker and Tector. But given the fast bowling resources at disposal for Hashmatullah Shahidi for Afghanistan, I was quite comfortable that Afghanistan will pull it off. But imagine Ireland not losing top three early. This could have been very different story altogether.
You mentioned about fast bowling, the death bowling between Azmat and Faruqi, even the initial spell they had. It was second to none. What does that mean to Afghanistan going forward to the final game in the T20 series, considering that they had a couple of back to back losses before coming to the series?
It will give a tremendous boost to the bowling unit as death bowling has always been a concern for Afghanistan. It was wonderful watching Fazilak Faruqi nailing those Yorkers with that wet ball. Both Azmat and Fazil have the pace and skills to do it. They needed some confidence in execution. And now they will add this experience in their memory bank, and which will augur well for Afghanistan cricket in future games as well.
Coming to tomorrow's game, what does Afghanistan need to do to ensure they finish on a positive and win the series?
It will be a new day, possibly on the same pitch. So if they bat first, score 300 plus, and would expect spinners to have greater impact on the game. And since the players are observing fast in the month of Ramadan, so how well Afghanistan players manage their physical and mental energies in humid conditions will shape the game. And they have to be on top of their game to challenge this resilient Irish side.
You mentioned spin bowling, which has been an area of concern for Afghanistan lately in the absence of their frontline spinners. What does someone like Ghazanfar brings into the team? What is it that differentiates him from the other spinners?
He is new on the scene as far as international cricket is concerned, but he brings mystery. And he's got the carom ball, he's got the off spinner, he's got good control over his line and length, and he's got the good attitude as well. And he's not hesitant to toss up the ball to the batsman, which is great to see in a young spinner on the scene.
If spin bowling is to play a part in the final game, Noor Ahmad wasn't up to the mark in the previous game in the first ODI. Ghazanfar went wicketless, and despite having that mystery factor, he's still quite young and new to the international arena. Do you think there's a need for bringing someone in like Nangyal Kharotai who can maybe fill that gap and even strengthen the batting lineup?
I think Karate is a good option as he contributes in all three departments. I have seen him performing admirably well under pressure situations in Shpagiza Cricket League back in Afghanistan. His presence will certainly add to the balance of the side as well.
Afghanistan has a habit of doing experiments with their batting lineup. We saw an example of that in the previous ODI, which didn't quite go according to the plan. Do you think they could have capitalized on that decent initial start, that partnership that Gurbazan Ibrahim gave to the team? Towards the back end of the game, do you feel like they could have scored 20 to 30 extra runs? And can that be a learning lesson for tomorrow's game?
Well, I think they finished decently, but they could have played a bit more aggressively. In the middle overs, after a good start, they sent Azmat to capitalize on the situation, but it didn't come off as well as they would have liked it. I think there is always this scope of improvement and experiment in one-day format, and sometimes they come off, sometimes they don't.
To conclude, Devinder, do you think the winning combination will change for tomorrow's game? And what is your final prediction?
Since Afghanistan cannot lose the series, I think they should be thinking about introducing more youngsters, and they should be thinking about giving a go to a fast bowler, for example, Naveed Jadran, who's been bowling well in Test match cricket, and they can bring in Bilal Sami as well. So how they think about the game, given the fact that there won't be many ODI cricket matches after this till the completion of the IPL, so it's not a bad idea to experiment.